Hey guys, this is Jess Paul, and instead of talking about makeup this week, I thought we'd put a little pause on the wheel and talk about a subject that I've been very familiar with for a long time. After I've seen this subject come up yet again in YouTube culture, I wanted to address some of the reasons why your favorite YouTubers might be experiencing severe
Burnout.
Stop it! And though I'm going to speak from a YouTuber standpoint, because that's what I am, this is actually a very common feature that we see in modern entrepreneurial and new media jobs. Millennials are not as lazy as you thought we were. We're literally working ourselves into mental exhaustion. I mean, I'm not currently myself experiencing burnout. I literally just started this show. But I have experienced it before here on YouTube. I had conducted every single role on Rec Radio for 5 years. And towards the end, as I had graduated college, I had entered the workforce, I was working on my acting and my art, I was beginning to experience some feelings of boredom and resentment when it came to doing my show. I tried to experiment with my format, I tried to make episodes that were easier and quicker to film, but I could definitely see in my view count and responses that my audience could tell I was getting burnt out too, until I finally ended the show. And now I'm back! If you've ever felt resistant to get up in the morning, go to work on that project, take a listen to the 5 reasons that I've compiled from myself and other creators why YouTubers might get burnt out. And stay tuned for ways to light that flame again. The number 1 reason why YouTubers might get burnt out is untraditional work hours. For YouTubers and entrepreneurs of any kind, we often have less of a standard work week or an office, and more of an all-hours race to our goals. And the more popular a YouTuber gets, the deeper one dives into the realm of marketing, brand deals, promotional events, extra materials off of YouTube, and the work hours turn into any hour of the day. How to combat this? If you have any kind of work-from-home career, try to create consistent work hours for yourself and try to stick to them. If your relationships are hurting or you're realizing that you never have time to relax, make it a point to set specific work hours or certain days of the week where you work so that you don't fizzle out too quickly. Set dates or dinners or chill time as your reward for finishing your workday so that you actually have a life outside your work. And hey, since you're the boss, it doesn't have to be 9 to 5, but whatever continuous chunk of hours that you set aside for work, make sure at least that you set aside some time for family, friends, and you time. I actually try to do this with my day job, which is my graphic design job that I do from home. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I put my specific work on a to-do list and put my fun time on a calendar so that I budget my time correctly. And the number 2 reason why we might burn out is a redundant schedule or format. When you are a YouTuber, you often have a basic format that you follow every week. And since you're not a traditional television show, they're not ordering 22 episodes and then sending you on vacation. And when you do this for months or years without stopping, it seems like it'll never end. Stop it! How to combat this? If you feel like the idea of never taking a break from your show is a little daunting, try to set mini goals for yourself along the way. For example, consider a certain amount of episodes a season for yourself, even if you're not announcing that to your community. And direct your season in the short term, giving yourself a beginning and an end to it. Maybe after a season you take a break or a vacation from your show, or maybe you just switch it up and change something about your show that you want to improve. However you conduct your season, this might be way easier for somebody who likes to have a beginning and an end to a project. It gives you a wider outlook on your channel without making it seem like it's the rest of your life. I actually did this on Rec Radio. I set a certain amount of weeks before I took a break, reevaluated, saw what was working best for my show and for my audience and what I could do better. I often updated my equipment, I added new ideas and themes to the show, and I also created a new intro to mark the beginning of a new season. Whatever you're doing, whether you're a YouTuber or not, give yourself some very tactile and obvious milestones to hit so that your goals are very much more manageable over a long period of time. Number 3 reason for burnout is new interests and life choices. Often along with the steady format to our channels, we sometimes have a very specific genre or content type that we wedge ourselves into. I really bypassed that one, didn't I? So as beauty gurus and gamers and travel vloggers grow and expand, we often remember that we have other interests and objectives that we want to fulfill too. How to combat this? Don't combat it. Get fulfilled. If you want to try another type of YouTube series or style for your show but you're afraid that it won't hit, make a separate series or apply changes to a few episodes here or there to see how your audience responds. Philip DeFranco is a great example of this, as he has been experimenting with his channel for the last couple years, trying to understand what he really wants to do with his network and how well his audience is responding to each change.
If you like getting these extra videos, let me know by hitting that like button.
Phil, we always want more videos. Stop acting like you don't know that. The number 4 reason for burnout is doing every job from creator to employee. One thing that became pretty obvious to me when I began YouTube is that it's a pretty big job, because a YouTuber very often does all the jobs. Especially when starting out, YouTubers are very often all on their own, from creating and writing of a series to the filming and lighting and editing and marketing of all of their content. YouTube by its own nature is one big DIY project. Not even the creators of YouTube could have predicted what this platform was going to turn into until the first crafty entertainers figured out how to use their computer's webcam and free editing software to create their empires. But when a small hobby turns into an empire, sometimes those 5 jobs need to turn into an entire company. How to combat this? Outsource. If you have a strong desire to continue to build your channel, but you can't stand social media, you can't stand editing your face one more time, get someone to do it. You might have to give up some of that sweet AdSense. But if it means that your brand will survive past your burnout and you going insane until you quit, it might be necessary. And the number 5 reason for burnout is the constantly climbing expectations. Not only is this YouTube, this is the legitimate entertainment industry. And not only is this the entertainment industry, it is the modern world of constant innovation. Technology is always upgrading, talent is constantly rising, and your own brand is becoming more popular, and you just want to keep bettering yourself and surprising yourself to inconceivable heights which you can't even see and are honestly terrified of. How to combat this? Just be you. One thing that we often underestimate about YouTubers or artists or performers of any kind is that the main reason that you became successful was because of you. You may have beautiful production quality or expensively curated content or expert advice, but at the end of the day, your followers subbed you because they like you. I encourage every single creator to keep practicing and bettering themselves and educating themselves and experimenting, but at the end of the day, you were always at the heart of your YouTube channel. The reason that we hear about burnout so much on YouTube is not only because we love to complain about things on YouTube, but YouTubers have a special relationship to their audience that a company to the customer or even a movie star to a fan doesn't really have. YouTubers often video and vlog in almost real time, and they're constantly responding to their viewership and getting feedback and applying it and inviting their community as part of their content. The fact that you hear about burnout so often on YouTube has just as much to do with the nature of transparency on YouTube, or TMI, or overshare, however you want to look at it, and those people that relate to you. They're going to be happy when you're happy, they'll be sad with you, and they will feel your burnout. Trust me. So take care of yourself, and keep doing what you're doing. I hope you got something out of this video, whatever you're doing with your life. You know, the show really needs a sign off. I've yet to think of one, and I know that a lot of you guys are familiar with the beloved Peace, Love, Rock and Roll from Rec Radio, so we gotta think of a really good one. Comment below what I should say at the end of these videos. I might use it, because I don't fucking have a clue. Goodbye. The number 4 reason for Jessica putting her equipment on dangerous surfaces. The number 4 reason for burnout is, I don't even know.